Hi friends, welcome to Creating with Jovi and to my collaboration with Panda Hall. Panda Hall's website and a coupon code for 10% off are both below in my description box. You will also find all product links there as well. Hi friends, would you like to learn how to make this cute tassel with a teapot theme? Today, my friends, I'm going to be using these little teapots and I'm going to create a tassel. So we've got a little theme going on here. We have our teapots. I'm going to stick with the pink theme. We have some donut trim, polka dot trim, pink rickrack. This has cute little hearts on it. I thought that was sweet. I've got this, which kind of looks like candy to me, you know, that ribbon candy, so I thought that might fit in here. It's a little bit wider than what I usually like to work with, but if it fits in, we'll use it. And then I have this fabric that I'm going to tear into a few more strips, probably 1, 2, 3. I could probably get 4 strips out of this, and then I'll also cut it in half, so I'll end up with 8 strips of this really pretty fabric. And that'll be the fabric's the thing that usually bulks the tassel up. I do like a fluffy tassel, so this will work very nicely for that. All right, my friends, I'm going to show you how I typically make tassels. Now, there are a couple of different ways to make tassels, but particularly when I'm working with fabric that I have to cut to a certain size, you can't do the thing where you wrap it around something and then cut it. That's a really easy way, but you generally have to stick with the same material in order to do that. And I do like my tassels to have a little something different in them. So that is why today, because I'm mixing up all of these trims and the fabric and all that good stuff, today we're not going to be using the other method. All right, so I'm starting off with just doing some layering here. And now I'm going to do a little crisscrossing. Again, this one's a little bit wider than what I normally use. Let me see how wide it is. It's 1 inch, and I don't like to go quite that wide, but you know, we're going to give it a go today and see if we like it. And so now I'm going to go ahead and put some pink rickrack in here. That's cute. And you can see I'm starting to crisscross now. I am trying to mix up the layers so I don't have the same patterns like right on top of each other. And so like if I have donuts going one way, then I'll try to have the other ones going the other way, or this one's going straight across, which is perfectly fine. I think I want to get a little bit more rickrack in there, so I'm going to open up this little bundle. I think rickrack is super cute. I have one I have one more strand of rickrack. I'll just pop it in here right here. There are several different ways to create handles for your tassels. You can use a cloth one. You can use a lobster claw clasp, which is what I'm going to do today. If I can get all of this through there, we're going to find that out. These come in all different sizes. And this part here where the fabric goes through comes in different sizes and shapes. You can also use a round ring. The ones that open, you kind of push them and then they open up. I've done that a lot. And the reason we do that is because it provides a way to hang your tassel on anything. It could be hanging on your journal. You could hang it on a knob. And then, you know, the cloth one goes through this way and then it ties, and then you can make the handle part as big or as small as you want. And that way, when you do that, if you're going to create your tassel as a home decor, you might want to use a fabric handle because you can make it whatever size you want, and it'll literally hang on a bedpost or a dining room chair, you know, if it's got like the little knob at the top, that sort of thing. I'm going to create mine for possibly a journal, although it could be used for anything else. Also, you can hang tassels from your rearview mirror. So there's a lot of things that we use our tassels for. Now to get this on here is very small space, right? Very small. So I'm going to attempt to get all of this fabric in there. I might have to take some out, but we're going to give it a try. I always like to give it a try. I usually can make it happen, but let's see what happens today. You saw me twist the fabric, which helps sort of corral it, right, into one space. And we're doing pretty good. I need to get this rickrack in there, so let's see if I can do that. There we go. Got it. All right. Now I think I have all the pieces once I get this ribbon in there. There we go. I think we've got all the pieces now. Now I'm going to just simply pull this to the center. Hold on. Is this... Let me get this rickrack in there too. Not sure where that came from. All right, there we go. Now we're going to pull it to the center, okay? All right, and there it is. I'm going to get that one out of the way. So there we are, and actually it's not too much at all. Now before we do anything else, we want to take a look and see how our trims and fabrics are hanging, and you can see that this donut fabric is, or this donut trim is upside down. So let's fix that. Not sure how I did that. But that's okay. We can, it's all loose right now, so we can go ahead and flip everything over and move things around if we want to. So that is what we're going to do. We're going to take just a minute to go ahead and do that. When I was twisting it, I must have flipped it over because even the polka dot trim got flipped over. So I'm fixing that now. There we go. All right. Everything else should be fine. Actually, the pink trim with the hearts on it appears to be upside down as well. So let me get in there and get that. I'm glad we took the time to fix that. All right, there we go. Now we can kind of fold it over and then hold it here at the top and sort of just comb it out. And then you can just make sure everything is where you want it. I'm pretty happy with that. I don't get super fussy with them. I like to straighten them and fix them, but you know, I don't get too caught up in where everything is sitting unless it just simply doesn't look good. Now what's this? Oh yeah, we got to flip that one over too. So hang on just a second, my friends. So that ribbon is right underneath of the donut ribbon. Let's go ahead and get that flipped over. There we go. I'm going to actually pull it over to the side so it doesn't get covered by the donut trim. There we go. And now when we do this, we can see all different patterns, and I love that. I love that I can see all different kinds of things. Now I can see the bright pink one because it's the only one like it, and I can see that it's longer on this side than it is over here, so I'm just going to tug it gently and sort of even that out. I do tend to look for that. If I see anything that's super short on one end and super long on the other, then I try to fix that up. But I think this is in pretty good shape now, and I think it's time to tie it off. Okay, here we go. So I kept one of my pieces of torn fabric that I'm going to use to tie it off. Now, if I hadn't kept a piece, that's okay. I would just pick a piece of trim that I felt like coordinated nicely with it, and I would have just used that. So all I do here is a double knot. Before I go super tight with it, I will go ahead and pull on my trims and make sure they're not sticking up and looking strange, because that can happen. There we go, looking good. Now I'm going to tighten it up a bit, just like that. And I'll pull up on it. There we go. And then I'm going to go ahead and get that double knot in there. Okay. Now, it is tighter, but if I want to, I can still go ahead and pull down on some of these trims and fabric if I need to. There, I think that's looking real cute. Yeah, super cute. I do feel like I want to pull down on some of the trims on this side as well. There we go. So everything just sits nicely. There we go. That's looking good. Okay. Now, before I add any of my little teapots, I'm going to go ahead and trim this so that it's even at the bottom, or somewhat even. It's okay if there are a few pieces that are longer than the others or shorter than the others. That adds to the character and charm of it, in my opinion. So I don't worry about that, but I do like to cut the ones that are, you know, clearly way too long. I also like to cut them at an angle. I just think it adds a little, just a little, I don't know, a little extra detail maybe. Okay, now let's go ahead and flip it over and check the other side. We're going to shake it out a little bit and lay it over here. And there are just a few that could use a little trim. All right, that's looking nice. Now there's a few little pieces that are coming off of the torn fabric, so I'll just grab those and pull those off. It's no big deal. All right, and then I have to decide what I want to be the front and the back, and since this side has the tie on it, but the tie looks pretty darn good, I'm going to go ahead and make that the front. And look, as I turned it, look how this one popped out. It must have been folded up in there. I'm going to give this a quick shake, make sure I didn't miss anything. All right, let's lay it back down now. Yeah, there's a few that that I'm going to go ahead and trim. That's really funny. All right, I think I like it now. I think I'm happy with it. There we go. Okay, now let's go ahead and get some teapots on here. And I think if I can fit the fabric or the trim through the handle, that's what I'd like to do. But if I can't, that's okay. I'll grab some jump rings and I'll do it that way. But let's see if we can get these to go through. If I fold this like that and sort of get a point to it, it might, yep, it's gonna go through just like that. And so we have one of two options here. I can go ahead and tie a knot in it, or I can just tie a knot at the bottom. And I don't think it will come off because this knot is a pretty good size. But let's pull it down and let's make sure, yeah, it's not going to go past that. So let's go ahead and attach some of these teapots into this tassel. All right, my friends, let me show you our completed tassel. So here's our lobster claw clasp, right? So that'll hook on many, many things. And then we have our cute little teapots, and I have them throughout the tassel. You can lay this down, and I don't think I can get the whole thing in here. Let's see. But you can just look through the tassel and find all the little teapots. They're so cute, right? And then we have some on the back as well. So you can just root around and find them. And I think it turned out so cute, you guys. I'm going to give it a little shake. So let me know if you like it. Let me know if you're going to make one. And of course, I'll have all the links in my description box and my coupon code. You'll get 10% off if you use the coupon code, which is good until November of 2026. All right, my friends, thanks for watching. See you soon.